Hi everyone, Matt from the pre-sales team at Net Support here, and we're back again with another classroom.cloud updates video where we're going to be taking a look at all the new features in our latest release of classroom.cloud. Now there's loads to get through, so let's jump right in and take a look at what's new. So from the organization level of our portal, if we click on all users, you'll see that we've got a new portal access control button. And this is a security feature that allows you to limit when and where your users can access the classroom.cloud web portal. So once you've switched this on, you're able to set the hours that your users can log in. You can also specify dates. You might just want to put in your term dates here so people can log in to the web portal during the school term, but not during the holidays. And you can also set up restrictions by network. So perhaps you only want to allow your users to log in when they're on the school's network and not from at home. The other thing we've added is user exclusions. So you can exclude certain users from having these access controls applied. So perhaps your admin users, you want them to be able to log in at any time from any location, but maybe your teachers, you want to limit their access for security purposes. So a great new feature there. So for this next feature, we've dropped down to the site level, and if I go into my device group and device group settings, you'll see we've got another option here, identify iPad student with. And if I just expand this drop down menu, you'll see there's now an option to have your students sign into an iPad using a Google login. So you might have seen me demonstrate the Microsoft login functionality we added to our iPad app a little bit earlier in the year. So we've basically added to this to now include Google logins if you happen to be a Google school. So just as a sort of recap, what the benefits are there, basically gives you better visibility around the safeguarding because you're forcing a student to validate with their Google account, so we know exactly who's signed into that device. And if you're a Google school and using Google Classroom to set up your classes within classroom.cloud, it also means you can now include your iPads in those classes as well. So remaining at the site level, if we jump into restrictions, so this is where you can apply global application and internet restrictions to your devices. We've added a new feature here where you can exclude devices on a group basis. So it was always possible to exclude individual devices from either the application or internet restriction, but we've now added the ability to exclude based on a group. So that kind of gives you the advantage. Maybe you want these restrictions excluded from your staff devices. If you added a new staff device previously, you'd have had to have come in here and excluded that particular device. But if you exclude a group that contains all your staff devices, when any device is added to that group, it's automatically going to exclude it from any of these restrictions. So it just makes sort of setting up and managing this functionality a little bit easier for you. So the next feature I want to cover off is actually something we added towards the end of May, but I didn't get a chance to do a video to demonstrate it. But this is the ability to remotely run PowerShell scripts on your Windows devices. So this can be done both from the devices level or under the technician menu. Two ways you can do this. So if I pick an individual machine, I can run PowerShell against just this specific machine, but I've also got the ability to select multiple machines, and I can use the bulk PowerShell command at the top of the window here. So I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration of this. So if I open up a remote control session to this device, there we go. So you'll see that I've got the file explorer open and we're in the root of the C drive. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to run a PowerShell script. And what that PowerShell script is going to do is going to create a folder called testing in the root of the C drive. And in that folder, it's going to create a text document with some basic hardware information about this machine. So we'll just minimize that for now and load up the PowerShell window. I'll just paste in my script. So you can see we've added the contextual formatting in here so it makes your scripts nice and easy to read. There's also an option where you can specify a user account to run the PowerShell script under. So it could be that the user logged onto the machine doesn't have permission to run PowerShell, so you need to run it elevated, or this is actually required if you want to run PowerShell on a device that is logged out. You'll need to specify an account to actually run the PowerShell script under. But I'm just going to use current user. So if I just click on that and say send, and if we then jump back in to our remote machine here, and you can see that folder testing has appeared. I just remote control that, and there's my hardware inventory text file. And then you can see just some very basic hardware information I've thrown together in that script. So really useful feature there. So I've moved to a split screen setup to demonstrate the last couple of features I'm going to show you today. So on the right hand side of the screen, you can see that I've got a class running. And the first thing you might notice is that on the thumbnails, we've now included the machine names. You can see here, we've got the student name and the name of the device that they're logged into. So this is something that quite a few of our customers have requested. So we're really pleased to have added that into the product. If we jump over to the left hand side of the screen, you'll see I'm in the devices section, and we've got a new button here called End Class, and if I just click on this, it will show me any classes that are running within my classroom.cloud environment. So I've just got the one you can see on the right. Now, the idea of this feature is that if a teacher forgets to end a class at the end of the lesson, that could be preventing teachers in the next lesson from connecting to those devices. So this feature allows an admin to end the class, to disconnect those devices, and to allow another teacher to connect. So if I select the class I've got running here, click on End Class, just asks me to confirm that, click on OK, and then you can see it's disconnected all my students. The teacher has got a message informing them that the class has been ended by an administrator, and another teacher can now connect to those devices. So that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all again soon.